Hey everyone, happy college football. Welcome to Porcelain Picks. I'm your host, Andrew Fabian, coming to you on a Tuesday afternoon for this week's Porcelain Audit. What a week it was. Wearing a sweatshirt here, it's because the basement is cold. It's not because we were cold. We had a hell of a week coming in at 18-6 across Joey Mac's picks and my picks. What a week it was. We get back into the green for you. Winning year so far after week 9. We head into week 10 with a lot of progress to be done, a lot of units to pick up. Subscribe. Follow us. Make sure you comment. Give us your opinions. Where are we right? Where are we wrong? At Porcelain Audit, we're accountable to you. This is our chance to go over what we did right and what we did wrong in the week that was. All right. We're going to have an earlier in the week Porcelain Picks this week. I've got a couple things coming up at the end of the week that are going to take me away from that Friday show, but we'll launch it either tomorrow, which is Wednesday, or Thursday for week 10 and give you all the winners you need. So again, make sure you subscribe. We'll go back into the week 9 slate. So a Friday night matchup, we had Rutgers at USC. I told you Rutgers was not going to travel well. They weren't going to be able to keep this one close to take USC minus 14. USC minus 14 was a winner. Lock it, flush it. That was 11 p.m. It really started around 11:30. On the East Coast, I was asleep. I woke up to this winner. All right. Noon slate, Washington at Indiana. Told you to take Indiana minus 5.5. That was an unpopular pick. If you follow any other sports personalities, this was a winner. Indiana stays undefeated. They continue to cover the spread. Lock it, flush it. Georgia Tech at Virginia Tech. Told you to take Virginia Tech minus 10.5 with Haynes King doubtful. I assumed he'd be out. He was out. Virginia Tech rolls. Lock it, flush it. 3-0 after that game. Joey Mac slate. We had Eastern Michigan team over 26.5. He'll tell you this is a bad beat. It was right. This was the only wrong pick on Joey Mac slate. This was a loss. Let's go Northern Illinois at Ball State under 49. This was a hit. Good pick by Joey Mac. It almost goes over at the end. I think he told a couple of his neighbors to take the under 47.5 and lost them some money. Luckily, we got it at under 49. It lands on 48. Lock it. Flush it. Miami, Ohio, minus 12.5. This guy does not bet on the Red Hawks. He does not call for his alma mater's game. He was sure about this, and sure he was. He gets the victory. Joey Mac, lock it, flush it with the Red Hawks. Ohio, minus 6.5 against Buffalo. He said Buffalo was inconsistent. They remained inconsistent here. Joey Mac goes 3-1 on the week. Lock it, flush it. This guy continues to bring us winners. Keep following Joey Mac for more of the green picks coming up the rest of the season. All right. Oklahoma at Ole Miss. We finally hit a little bit of a speed bump here. Ole Miss minus 20 was actually one of my picks of the week. They end up winning by 12, so that was a miss. I told you to take the under 49.5. Oklahoma's inept offense helped us get there. Under 49.5 was a hit, so we go 1-1 on that game. Missouri at Alabama. I said DeBoer was going to have these guys motivated. Alabama backs against the wall. They were going to be ferocious against a way overrated Missouri team. Finally, Missouri exposed. I told you to take Bama minus 17.5. That one hits easy. I also told you to take Missouri's team under 15.5. That one hits easily. 2 picks for you in that game. Lock them, flush them. All right. Northwestern at Iowa, the toilet bowl here, between two of the most inept offenses year over year in the Big Ten, formerly Big Ten West opponents. Iowa minus 14.5 was the pick. Lock it, flush it. That one hits easy. But the under 38.5, I told you to take the under. I've gone against the grain. Iowa's been over every game but one so far this season. Iowa puts up over 40 on their own. This was a miss. We go 1-1 in the Iowa game. All right, Illinois at Oregon. This was my stinker of the week performance. I had a bold prediction on one of my Twitter posts. I was responding to someone. This one went viral. I got roasted for this. I said Illinois was going to come out and shock the world and beat Oregon. My pick to you was Illinois plus 22. This was dead wrong. Oregon boat races Illinois. Illinois is who people thought they were. They're not who I thought they were. I thought they were better than they performed that day. So that was a miss. I did tell you to take the under 54.5, so saved some grace there. That one was a winner. All right. Texas at Vandy. Told you to take Vandy plus 18.5. Texas kind of reeling after that. Last loss to Georgia with a banged-up Quinn Ewers. Vandy keeps it close. This one was a good pick. Lock it, flush it. Florida State at Miami in the nighttime slate. I told you to take Miami minus 20.5. They would try to pour it on in the rivalry game. They wouldn't hold back. This one was close. It was a 22-point Miami victory, but we still got that one right. So lock it, flush it. They come in shy, though, of their point total over 37.5 was what I told you to take. Miami's continued to go over their individual point totals. This one was a miss. They come in just below. LSU at A&M. I told you to take A&M -1. If you listen to other shows on college football, analysts all over the place were heavy on LSU this past week, very high on them and Nussmeier and how reliable he's been. I told you to take A&M at Kyle Field. Hopefully you listened. A&M with a big victory. They stamped themselves as the lead in the SEC, with their only loss being at home to Notre Dame by double digits. Penn State at Wisconsin. I told you to take Penn State -6.5. I thought they were going to run away with this game in the second half against Wisconsin and continue their dominance in the second half on defense. One of those things was true. They win. They easily cover the 6.5-point spread on the road after Drew Aller gets hurt. What a performance by the Nittany Lions. Lock it, flush it. I also told you to take under 48.5. This was one of the best bets of the week. Under 48.5 hits. This team is a great second-half team. They're going to need it against Ohio State next week. SMU at Duke. Duke +11.5 in this game. I told you to take Duke at home. Manny Diaz coming off first win over Florida State in program history. Duke keeps it close, but SMU rolls. Duke +11.5 was the winning pick. I told you this night game, this crappy pick of mine each week. Cincinnati at Colorado. I like Colorado. Fourth quarter spread where they're usually a coin flip. They were a coin flip. It was a pick 'em. Cincinnati puts it on and ends up scoring more points in the fourth quarter. Colorado's looked great so far in the season. It's kind of nice that they're not overhyped and not ramming the Coach Prime stuff down our throats. It allows us to root for them a little bit more. All right, those were our picks. Again, we went 18-6 on the week. It was a huge week 9, 3 weeks in a row with some big winning numbers, good win percentage. We'll continue that in week 10. Make sure you subscribe, comment, give us some crap for what we got wrong. Tell us where we won you some money. For Joey Mack, I'm Andrew Fabian. This is Porcelain Picks. Happy college football, everyone.